Hey guys, welcome back to another juicy love and marriage Huntsville update. I promise you, you don't want to miss a second of this one, so make sure you stay with me all the way until the very end. Trust me, it's going to get heated, messy, and full of the kind of drama that keeps us all talking. Today, we are diving into Martell Holt's latest Instagram clapback at LaTisha Scott. And of course, LaTisha's wild no receipts comment. That has fans buzzing. If you've been following the show, you already know that Huntsville never disappoints when it comes to bringing us the mess, the tea, and all the drama between the cast members. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the beginning of this whole situation. It all stems from the fallout of a recent interview involving Martell Holt and LaTisha Scott. Now, you remember, there was some tension during that episode where Maurice tried to question Martell about his mental health. Yes, you heard that right. Morris seemed concerned and even suggested on camera that Martell needed to get back to who he was because he was genuinely worried about his mental state. Now, whether or not that was actually coming from a place of concern or more of a strategic move to stir the pot is up for debate. But we saw Martell's reaction, and let's just say he was not here for it. He decided to take matters into his own hands and hit Instagram with a response that fans cannot stop talking about. Martell Holt's posts on Instagram today were pure fire. First, he reposted a post that called out Maurice for trying to diagnose him with a mental health problem. The post read, "I didn't know Morris was a comedian now. He really sat on TV and tried to diagnose Martell with a mental health problem. It's laughable because if anyone's mental health should be questioned, it's Maurice for believing that ridiculous explanation for his DUI accident was believable." Now, we all remember Maurice's explanation for his DUI, and yes, it did leave a lot of fans scratching their heads. Martell didn't stop there, though. He also added a caption of his own saying, "But they're discussing my mental health." Can we just pause for a second and think about the shade? Martell was not holding back, and honestly, the energy he brought to Instagram today has people talking nan-stop.now. While all this was going down, other cast members were weighing in as well. Marcelo and LaTisha, as usual, were active on Instagram during this mess. There was a post that went up as a kind of PSA about mental health and overthinking, which LaTisha liked, Maro liked, and even reposted. The post talked about how most of the battles we fight are in our head and how we often overthink situations that might not even be real. It said things like the fear, the doubt, the anxiety, most of it isn't real. It's a story we tell ourselves, and it encouraged people to take action and not let their minds bully them. Now, timing is everything in Huntsville drama, and the fact that this PSA post went up around the same time as Martell's posts has fans wondering, are they spinning this to put doubt in the viewers' minds? Are they trying to subtly question Martell or Maurice? It's hard to say for sure, but, we're here for the speculation, of course. We also can't ignore LaTisha's recent Instagram comment that has everyone talking. A few days ago, someone asked about receipts for something that happened on the show. And LaTisha responded, "Believe what you want to believe. It shouldn't take 8 years to show just one receipt, but hey, carry on, guys." Let's break that down. 8 years without receipts. That is a strong statement. Some fans are speculating that this is a subtle clapback at Morris or maybe even at the ongoing drama surrounding Martell. Either way, it adds another layer to this entire situation. LaTisha has always been vocal on social media, and this comment is classic LaTisha energy. No question about it now. Circling back to Martell, it's clear that he is done sitting back and letting people question his mental health or his character. His Instagram clapback is full of shade, but it's also him defending himself. Martell reposted posts, added his own commentary, and even highlighted how ridiculous he found Morris's attempt to make him look unstable. Fans are loving it because, let's be honest, Martell always brings the heat when he's pushed. The combination of Martell standing his ground and LaTisha's no receipts Comment makes this one of the most talked about social media moments from Love and Marriage. Huntsville in recent weeks. And let's not forget Maurice in all of this. Maurice appeared on the show trying to act like he was genuinely concerned about Martell. He even suggested that Martell's mental health might be in question. But judging by Martell's response on Instagram, that concern didn't land in the way Maurice probably expected. Martell made it clear that he is not here for anyone questioning his mental stability. And fans were quick to pick up on the irony of Maurice being concerned about someone else's mental health while having his own questionable moments, like the DUI explanation. This is classic Huntsville drama where nothing is ever simple. And every move has layers to unpack. Meanwhile, Morrow and Tisha's engagement with the Instagram posts is interesting because it shows that even the supporting cast members are getting involved in the shade wars. Their likes, reposts, and comments seem calculated to add another angle to the ongoing narrative. And when you think about it, that's what makes Huntsville so addictive to watch. Every cast member has their own way of stirring the pot, whether it's through interviews, social media, or just by being present in the chaos. Martell, Morris, Tisha, and Morrow are all key players in this unfolding story, and fans are here. For every second of it, another thing to consider is the timing of all this drama. According to Rotten Tomatoes, the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville is scheduled to air on September 6th. That means fans will have to wait a little longer to see how all this plays out on screen. But as we've seen, the cast keeps the drama alive between episodes with social media activity, cryptic posts, and comments that leave viewers questioning what's real and what's manufactured for entertainment. Martell's Instagram activity, Tisha's comments, and Maurice's public behavior all contribute to keeping the audience engaged. And it's exactly what fans love about this show. Now let's break down the impact of Martell's Instagram. Clap back a little more. When he reposted those posts calling out Maurice and added his own caption, it was not just shade, it was a statement. Martell was essentially saying, I see what's being said about me and I'm not having it. Us. And the way he did it was very public, very bold, and very much in line with how he handles conflict. Fans immediately reacted, some applauding Martell for standing up for himself, others laughing at the sheer audacity of the shade, and some just in shock at how tense this whole situation has become. This is the kind of content that gets people talking, sharing clips, and keeping the conversation going on social media. And then there's Tisha's response about no receipts. That comment alone has sparked discussions all over Instagram and Twitter. Fans are dissecting every word, wondering if it's a subtle jab at Maurice or if it's addressing something else entirely. Either way, it adds another layer to the drama and reminds viewers that in Huntsville, nothing is ever straightforward. Social media posts, comments, and likes all play a role in the storytelling of this show. And every interaction can potentially spark a new wave of conversation among fans. The interplay between Martell, Maurice, Tisha, and Morrow is what makes this saga so compelling. Maurice's concern about Martell's mental health, Martell's clapback on Instagram, and Tisha's cryptic comment all feed into this ongoing narrative that keeps viewers on their toes. The drama is layered, the timing is perfect, and the stakes feel real, even if some of it is amplified for television. And as always, we're here breaking it down, making sense of the shade, and highlighting the moments that fans cannot stop talking about. So, what does all of this mean for the future of Love and Marriage Huntsville? Oh, well, it's hard to say. The show keeps its viewers guessing, and with social media playing such a huge role, the lines between what's happening on screen and what's happening online are constantly blurring. Martell Holt has made it clear he is not going to sit back and be misrepresented. Maurice Scott's attempts to question him have not gone unnoticed. And Tisha's comment about no receipts only adds fuel to the fire. All of this points to one thing: we are in for more drama, more shade, and more moments that will have the internet buzzing. And let's not forget that while fans wait for the next episode on September 6th, the social media activity from Martell, Tisha, Morrow, and even Morris will continue to give us plenty to discuss. Every like, repost, and comment could hold a hidden message or a subtle clapback. That's the beauty of love and marriage. Huntsville, it never really ends. The drama spills over into social media, and fans get to play detective, analyzing every interaction and trying to figure out what's true and what's staged. Finally, before we wrap up, I just want to say this. If you've been following Martell Holt's journey, you know he is a man who does not back down when challenged. His Instagram clapback at LaTisha Scott is a perfect example of that. Comment about no receipts. That is classic Huntsville energy. The combination of these moments keeps us invested, entertained, and most importantly, talking. So, if you've enjoyed breaking down all the drama with me today, make sure you stick around because this show is far from ab.